To begin your Lotus design, first go to coolers.co to pick out a color scheme. You can either start the generator or you can explore trending palettes. And for today, I'm going to click on Explore to find a trending vibrant color palette for my Lotus. Most lotuses are a representation of divinity and purity, and you often find them in a very pale color scheme, pale white color scheme, pale pink, maybe sometimes blue and even purple. For me, I'm going to choose a pinkish color scheme. This is actually pretty nice, but there are too many colors, make it confusing. So I'm going to choose something with less colors. Okay, so scrolling down, taking a look. Oh, okay, I'm quite happy with this over here. So I'm going to click the three dots and open in the generator. Okay, once done, once my color scheme has loaded, I'm going to click Hide on all the advertisements to make sure I remove all the distractions, and then click Print Screen to take a screenshot of this picture, print screen, and then go to Gravit, make a new design, Ctrl V to paste the print screen or screenshot in. Once done, move this to the bottom of your page such that you have enough space to design and yet also enough space to have a look at your colors. Okay, now we're going to create a lot of teardrop shapes for our Lotus. So to do this, bring out a circle shape as well as a heart shape. I'm going to use the heart tool because I really like the rounded edges at the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to flip this vertically upside down and pop this heart slightly over my circle shape, but make sure that the width actually matches. Okay, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. Once you're happy with this, select both shapes and we're going to do a union. So go to your compound shape tool and do a union. Okay. Oops. Okay, something went wrong here. So sometimes this happens. So what I'm going to do is just delete this. I'm going to retry again. So circle shape and a heart shape, flip upside down vertically. Pop this on top my circle. Maybe I need to stretch this out a bit more. Okay, make sure that the sides are nice and even. So let me just match the width. Okay, then select over and do a compound union. Okay, this works much better. Okay, now I'm going to change the fill color to a color for my color scheme. So what I'm going to use is maybe the darkest shade of pink first. Okay, and I'm going to just copy out this teardrop shape, Ctrl C, Ctrl V to make another copy. Okay, so I'm going to work on the top petal and the bottom petals of my Lotus. I'm going to start with the bottom first. So for one of my copied Lotus petal shapes, I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Okay, and rotate it such that the tip is pointing downwards a bit. Okay, if it's too rounded, you can actually resize it to make it a bit flatter. Right, and I'm going to just stretch it out a bit. It's better to do this before you actually rotate so you can do it nicely. Okay, and then I'm going to copy this shape, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, pull out a second copy and change the rotation angle a bit, but make sure that it's still flat down like this. Okay, once done, select both shapes, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, and flip the newly copied shapes horizontal across. Okay, so you create something like this. Alright, going to move this big petal to the side. Okay, so this is going to be the base of our Lotus. If you find that the colors are too similar, what you can do is also vary them. So I'm going to make it special. Maybe one of the colors alternate. I'm going to alternate the pink. So I'm going to use a different shade of pink to alternate some of the colors. Okay, once done and you're happy, we're going to work on the top part of the Lotus petal. So we're going to bring out this upward pointing one. Okay, make sure it's all the way in front. So I have to click this button a few times. Okay, going to make it just a bit smaller. Okay, pop it in like this. Ooh, it's a bit small. So let's make it bigger. Maybe stretch it up a bit. Okay, such that it's a longer petal shape. Okay, pop it on top in the middle. Change the fill color to a different shade of pink. So I haven't used this pink. I'm going to try with that. Okay, I'm just going to copy this a few times. Oops, I think I might have matched this one. There we go, more variation. Okay. So Control C, Control V, make a few copies. Okay, for the other copies, change the shade of pink and rotate. Okay, and then once finished rotating, send this behind the first pink, sorry, and then copy paste, Control C, Control V, do a flip horizontal, bring it across. Okay, and again, copy the petal, Control C, Control V, free rotate it down a bit for this new petal. Okay, we're going to change the fill color yet again. Okay, if you find that it's a bit funny that the lighter ones go behind, you can also change the color effect. Okay, send it to the back, then Control C, Control V, flip horizontal, bring it across to the other side. Okay, so that sort of creates our lotus pattern shape. Sorry, this one I'm going to bring it forward a bit. There we go. Okay, so in a way this creates a lotus pattern. If you want, you can also rearrange the shapes a bit to fit the design a bit better. Yeah, so sometimes after you design something, you realize that you might need to shift some things around, and that's totally fine. Okay, so just remember that for a lotus pattern, all you need to do is to use a lot of teardrop shapes and rearrange them how you like it. Okay? Alright, so this is how you create a lotus pattern. Once you're done, you can actually group it. So select all, Ctrl G, group, and you can put this lotus pattern anywhere in your design.